not so extensive guide to baby metal. All right, I need to check this out because I know nothing of baby metal. Right. Let's go ahead and press the play button and get into it. Let's start with Legos. I like it.
Hello,
Maybe
and
the
welcome
autism
to
in
my
me saying that.
not so extensive guide to baby metal.
Okay.
This will hopefully be entertaining. However,
I'm looking
if it
forward
isn't,
to it to be
it will at
entertaining.
least be informative, and if not that, I will be content to know I drained away some of your precious free time.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. Wait, this voice, is it AI? It sounds like AI. It sounds like AI. But okay. I'm curious though.
So, depending on how much further you are in the future, there could be an updated version of this guide linked in the description. Now, with that settled, and without further ado, let's continue. So,
Well, the voice might be AI. I do like what's going on here on the screen. Baby metal, idol, or metal? Yes. Is it
you may be
Korean?
asking,
No. Does anyone think that? When people see baby metal, they go, "Is that a Korean man?" I guess they do. Have I watched the Wow stream? No, I have not. I have not. I still need to. We could do that. We could do that Friday.
or perhaps not, what exactly is a baby metal? Baby metal is a Japanese kawaii metal band. Kawaii meaning cute or adorable, and is a subgenre of metal they
All right,
created.
this we know.
はい、ベビーメタルの音楽は元か
As
ら
you know, Baby Metal's original music concept was
可愛
integrate
い
two
とメタル
elements,
2つを
kawaii
融
and
合した
metal.
音楽性でやっているんですけど、その音楽
But
性
the
は
concept
今も
still
なお
has
変
not
わってない
changed. Yeah, it's it. Yeah, I more or less agree with that. I think the other one might be a little bit more less like J-pop-ish, whatever, but or less kawaii, right? The other one, that album, it's not very cute. What's cute about it? We're at a Doki Doki Morning. I mean, compared to the first album, it definitely isn't.
ないと思っています。
They were formed in 2010, and their name comes from the birth of this new...
All right. Not from North Korea or South Korea. Yeah, I think that's a given. I don't think anything comes from North Korea. Especially like J-pop or pop stars or bands. I think they need to work on feeding themselves before they can perform acts that are going to tour worldwide. Yeah.
style of metal which fuses Japanese pop with various genres of metal. The three members are Su-metal, Moametal, and Momometal.
Su-metal です。Moametal です。Momometal です。We are BABYMETAL.
Baby Metal.
They are backed by a group of session musicians known as the Kami Band for live shows.
True. Though, interesting. The most, I guess, the most frequent Kami band now is the Kami Band West, and I guess you could say they're session musicians, but they're also like they have their own bands, right? What's the band that they're from? I wonder if this guy will let me know, because I'm forgetting right now. Is it All That Remains? Is that one?
Their discography.
A Metal Idol. I'm cool with the Metal Idol group. The band part is the thing that gets people stuck. It's like, is it a band? It's not a band in the traditional sense. It is more close to a J-pop unit, because it is a J-pop group. It started off like that. They play metal instead of pop. I mean, the formation is the same. The arrangement is the same. The production is the same. It's just different style of music. And yeah, there is a band that plays with them when they play live. And sure, when you combine that, when you see them live, you'd be like, well, they're a band. Yeah, because when they play live with the band behind them, they do look like a band. And I understand that. But people get hung up on that and be like, if you don't see that they're a band, it means it's something bad. No, you could speak for what it is. They're a group, and that's fine. But they are metal. That's the thing that definitely is definite there. They're not jazz. They're not playing country. Though sometimes they might be playing a little bit of pop, but that's woven into the metal.
Discography includes 4 studio albums, a greatest hit album, a large amount of live albums, and DVD Blu-ray releases. Despite what some may think whenever they hear Japanese music, BABYMETAL hasn't produced any music for anime. Though...
Wait, they haven't produced any music for anime? What?
Live albums and DVD Blu-ray releases.
Right.
Despite what some may think whenever they hear Japanese music, BABYMETAL hasn't produced any music for anime.
Oh, okay, I get that. Because whenever anyone listens to BABYMETAL, they'll be like, oh, this sounds like anime music.
Though they did create the opening song for the Western cartoon Unikitty.
Wait, they did? I had no idea they did that. Wait a second. That means there's a chance my daughter could actually like BABYMETAL. Holy crap.
BABYMETAL originally started as a subgroup of Sakura Gakuin, an all-girl Japanese idol group themed around school life and extracurricular activities, which was formed in 2010 by the Amuse Talent Agency. It should be emphasized that Sakura...
So the Amuse Talent Agency started this... What is it, like a school? Let's back up again. As
a subgroup
it's
of
like
Sakura
I know this.
Gakuin,
I'm just making sure.
an all-girl Japanese idol group themed
Okay.
around school life and extracurricular activities,
Okay.
which was formed in 2010 by the Amuse Talent Agency. It should be emphasized that Sakura Gakuin was not actually a school,
Okay,
so
not
all
a
the
school.
girls still attended a regular school. The group would normally contain between 10 and 12 members at a time, of whom fell within the ages of 10 to 15 years old. Members would transfer out and go on to other ventures when they had finished compulsory education. And leading up to that, they would release an annual
But
student...
it sounds strange because it's not a school, but it's woven in with the school, and there's a education component to it. Okay, there's like a training aspect. It's so crazy, you know. It's like they think about it. It's kind of genius. They train people who they believe to have talent or something there from the get go, so that they will be like professionals at that. So a trade school, I guess like a trade school for performers, for singers. Yeah, maybe similar to that. Are trade schools sponsored by like companies that would be your employer? Because that's what it sounds like. I think sometimes they are, huh? Interesting.
album and hold a road to graduation concert. Then, new members would transfer into the group. They had released...
I know someone's going to say in the comments section, yeah, I know there's a CD side to any sort of like, you know, the J-pop stuff and the things adjacent to that. I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm aware of it. Though this may not be the video that we would explore anything regarding that. Okay, so you gotta set that aside. And of course, that happens anytime you have stuff like this. So yeah. Anyway,
11 studio albums, one for each year, up until it disbanded in 2021.
so yeah, so they did this band, the whole thing. Okay, yeah.
One for each year, up until it disbanded in 2021. BABYMETAL was originally formed as the heavy music club by the producer Kei Kobayashi, with the founding members Suzuka, Moa, and the now former member Yui. They released 4 songs under Sakura Gakuin, but only 3 appeared on SG albums in some form. All 3 members also continued to do other SG activities in addition to performing with BABYMETAL while they were still members. In 2013, BABYMETAL split from SG and became an independent act due to Sue's graduation and leaving Sakura Gakuin and the rising popularity of BABYMETAL.
And it's interesting to know, they're probably going to say that Sakura Gakuin, you know, that shut its, closed down, whereas Baby Metal, it started off as like a side project with a shoestring budget, and it's still around.
Yui and Moa remained in SG until their graduation in 2015. Now let's meet the members of BABYMETAL. First off, we have Metal, full name Suzuka Nakamoto, who was born on December 20th, 1997 in Hiroshima, Japan. She has been a performer most her life and was admitted to actors school.
Well, Baby Metal might have been neglected in the beginning too, because you can look at the budget for Doki Doki Morning, that music video. It wasn't much. It wasn't much at all. It's kind of endearing, but that unique blend, that unique sound, no one else was really doing it at the time. So they stumbled upon something, pioneered something that was really, really cool, man.
School Hiroshima at the age of 8, where she also performed with her sister Himeka in a duo called Tween. She was signed by a Muse talent agency in 2007 after she had finished in second place at an audition held by the company. She was then placed in a group called Karen Girls, which had been formed to sing songs for the anime Zettai Karen Children, and then disbanded when the show had ended. Later in 2010, Sue became one of the founding members of Sakura Gakuin, where she became the lead vocalist of the heavy music club because of her surprisingly powerful vocal ability and unique stage presence for such a young age. She had also become the student council president during her final year and had a single solo song titled Sakura Iro no Avenue.
Okay.
On BABYMETAL's first two albums, Metal has 4 solo
The first I heard of that.
songs: Akatsuki, Rondo of Nightmare, Amore, and No Rain, No Rainbow. Sue usually takes the leadership role for BABYMETAL in most situations, including media
Which is true, yeah.
appearances. She has worked very hard to improve her English over the years as well.
Very nervous.
Oh, certainly she has. She's definitely improved quite a bit.
But
with her
after a
English.
few songs, the audience react to our singing and dancing. I really wanted to perform there, so I'm very happy that my dream came true.
She also has songs that she sings entirely in English, such as Believing, From Dusk Till Dawn, and the English versions of both Elevator Girl and The One. Her life dream was to become a singer and songwriter, with the former coming true early in her life, and the
with Divine Attack, right?
latter when she became the credited lyricist for their song Divine Attack.
Yeah.
off
I mean, of
their
course, right there on the screen. It's right there on the screen.
concept album released in 2023.
Yeah, the concept album thing is kind of interesting. I try to look at that album song by song throughout and be like, what is the concept? Like, what is the story? And I guess it's just the theme of hope. What I think that's what I settled on. The theme overall is like hope. And that's about it. I try to look at, if you look at, let's see, Metalism before Monochrome, because Metalism plays before Monochrome on the album, right? Yeah. Metalism is about a metal god in the sky, which could be a metaphor for you said a mythological story. Well, if you were to take, what they're singing about this dangerous thing on the horizon approaching in the sky, you don't know what it's going to do. You don't know what it's going to bring. And then you have Monochrome. I was like, oh, but I was stretching, right? It was kind of like looking for a way to connect it. Anyway.
Sue has spent years expanding her vocal capabilities and has always surprised listeners with her range, even learning to rap specifically for their song BMC. Yet despite her very serious nature when it comes to her role in BABYMETAL and her ability to project a very commanding presence on stage when needed, at her core, she is a girl that is incredibly sweet, goofy, and dorky incarnate.
Which that's a good thing.
Something she often unleashes on stage.
Anyone disagree with that? You disagree with that visibility? Kind of dorky, in an endearing way.
Next up, we have Moametal, full name Moa Kikuchi, born on July 4th, 1999.
Okay, I've not seen this. First time, Scott's honor. He's gonna mention food. He's gonna mention appetite. Maybe a reference to McDonald's, but most definitely appetite is coming up here.
In Nagoya, Japan. Moa is the shortest member.
She's not little. She's not small. Okay? All right? In attitude, she makes up for it.
As I was saying, Moa is the shortest member of BABYMETAL, standing at just 5 feet tall.
She's not even 5'1". She's only 5 feet. What?
Even today, she struggles with her eternal battle with smallness.
でもなんだろうな、年齢とか
However, as we grow in age and height and adapt to new environments.
身長とかの成長とか、あとは環境の
What? Momo's smiling about that. She's like, you don't grow. It's like, you don't grow. What growing?
変化に
Moa started performing at a very young age and was signed by Amuse in 2007 after winning a competition held by the company. In 2010, Moa joined Sakura Gakuin, where she became a member of the Mini Patty Cooking Club, donning the green bandana,
Okay, I heard about this.
the
I've not
Twinkle
seen it.
Stars Baton Club, and the Heavy Music Club, where she took the role of scream and dance.
What's the heavy metal music club? What is that?
Though it may be best to not take the word scream literally. When BABYMETAL split off in 2013, she continued on with SG, and like Sue before her, became the student council president in her final year before she eventually graduated in 2015. During the early years of BABYMETAL, Moa was a member of the subunit known as Black BABYMETAL with Yui-metal, where they performed 4 songs as a duo: Onidari Daisaksen, Song 4, GJ, and Sis Anger. She was also credited...
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And the side stories that they become like... I don't know if he's bringing here. But they get like possessed by dark spirits, black spirits or whatever. And they're kind of bad. They're like bad girls. And... because they don't have Sue there to keep them in line.
...as writing the lyrics to Song 4 together with Yui. It is currently unknown if Black BABYMETAL or any of these songs will return now that Momo has joined BABYMETAL. Moa does enjoy singing, which she has been doing since...
Okay, so far no reference to food, just height. So, I mean, if there's no reference to food, I'll be surprised.
She was in Sakura Gakuin, even doing a few special solo performances, such as taking the lead role for their song Headbanger at concerts to celebrate her birthday, and performing several Black BABYMETAL songs by herself. However, she has said she has no desire for taking lead, as her passion is for dancing, something she has worked hard mastering, as she had very little experience in it when she joined the group. In fact, her only greater passion may be for food, which she loves.
There we go. There we go. All right. You in on a good note. All right, guys. I called it. Time to wrap up. I mean, that was an easy go-to. Anyone could have predicted that.
And she's quite determined to make sure this isn't missed by anyone.
Oh, all the interviews where she talks about food, because of what I was saying, I think about idle things and food.
のことと、あとやっぱ食べ物が好きなので。
Moa has always been a kind-hearted and loving person, and someone who really enjoys interacting with the crowd so as to better show her love and appreciation for the fans. Apparently that applies to security guards as well. That is, if she isn't bonking them over the head while she continues to...
Oh, he included this clip. Oh man, that's cool. I'm liking this guide. This is a cool guide. This clip, I remember when this happened. It was like, oh, poor guy. But I think the main thing was like Momometal's face when it happened. Look at how sorry she looks.
That is, if she isn't bonking them over the head while she continues to fight a losing war against the flag.
Those dang flags.
Fatality.
Now, onto...
Okay, we were right. I mentioned food. No mention of McDonald's. That was the I guess I doubled down. I did a split on that one. So I lost on that one there. But yeah. Okay. All right.
to our newest member.
ガラガラガラガラガラガラガラガラガラ
Momometal. Full name Momoko Okazaki, who was born on March 3rd, 2003 in Fukuoka, Japan, and she moved to her hometown of Kanagawa at the age of 3. She joined Amuse in 2014 and transferred into Sakura Gakuin in the following year, and like Moa, joined the Mini Patty Cooking Club, except donning the yellow bandana, as well as the Science Logica Club. Momo loves to dance, with her dream once being to become a backup dancer to an artist. Her training started at around the age of 9, becoming skilled in ballet, hip-hop, and jazz. So when she joined SG, she became known as one of their best dancers, and even choreographed a dance for the group. She is also
Okay, so this is really cool. I'm liking this part a lot because I didn't really know a whole lot about Momometal. So I am learning something here. This is new to me. I remember hearing that she was in Sakura Gakuin. I think Repo and maybe someone else, maybe it was Visibility Zero too, try to hint at me that she was like in the cooking thing, the hamburger cooking thing. But I haven't seen it, so I don't really know. But anyway, I'm liking this so far.
also the daughter of the famous Japanese comedian, stage name Hanamaru Hakata, and this could explain her sense of humor and all-around goofy nature, as well as her propensity to smile a lot. Like seriously, she seems to love smiling more than breathing. If she does something
There's
better
nothing wrong with that.
than dancing,
Smile more.
it's probably smiling. In fact, the perpetual energy generator might be a myth, but the perpetual joy generator may have been proven with the existence of Momo. She appears to be a living embodiment of a fusion reactor of joy, spreading happiness everywhere she goes. Momo has also had a modeling and acting career, appearing in commercials and TV shows, as well as making a film debut with Itazura na Kiss in 2016, and even playing Elizabeth Midford in the Black Butler musical in 2017 to 18.
Okay, I knew nothing about that.
Then, in 2018, she graduated SG and left Amuse to transfer to a high school abroad so she could fulfill one of her goals of studying English in a native-speaking country, and didn't reappear to the public eye until her appearance at the Taiwanese music festival Super Slipper 10 in August of 2019
Super
as an
Slipper
Avenger,
10.
one of the 3 rotating backup dancers for BABYMETAL that temporarily filled the empty spot left by Yui's departure from the group, fulfilling her dream to be a backup dancer for an artist. Momo got beyond her expectations and was able to accomplish something she probably thought of as impossible.
The Heavy Metal Music Club? Oh, so she had her sights on the Heavy Music Club for a while now. Wow.
Her implausible wish came true when on April 1st in
Even did the signs. Wow.
2023, she was finally named Momometal, taking the role of Scream and Dance in BABYMETAL. Then less than a year later, during the concerts to celebrate her birthday, she proceeded to take the role Scream, literally, when she took the lead role for their song Headbanger, as well as the special performance of Metataro. Though I am pretty sure Moa was just wishing for reinforcements against the flag, and very rarely do we get everything we want.
Flawless.
I think is Sue like the only one that can handle the flag correctly, or has Sue had a mistake? I have not seen any videos of. I don't think I have seen any videos of Sue having flag malfunctions.
Victory.
Game over.
When Momo had joined BABYMETAL, it had been over.
Oh. The flag tried to strangle Sue. Okay. So she's not perfect. Dang it! You ruined it.
5 years since the group had started operating as a duo with just Sue and Moa. Yui Mizuno, formerly known as Yui-metal, had stopped performing with.
Oh, okay. This. I'm glad he included her. You have to, in order to have a guide. I know this is not the not so extensive guide, but you got to include her. It's very important. Yui Bros would be really upset if you did not.
With BABYMETAL in late 2017 due to an undisclosed health issue, and officially retired from the group on October 19th in 2018 with a statement of her decision, which also thanked and apologized to her fans and those she worked with.
Which, by the way, there was footage of her collapsing in live performances, and then we watched live performances. We watched that one performance that was her last performance here, and you could tell that she seemed a bit sick-ish, like something wasn't right. But there's people out there be like, no, it's a conspiracy. They just wanted to get rid of her. There was nothing wrong with her. What's the illness? We want her medical information. We want her to tell us what her condition was. We want everything. We want to know everything about her. And they act like they're like, as if like they're owed that. And it's like, guys, like you got the information you're going to get. Like, it's not your information to know. It's not your stuff. It's personal stuff. But, and really, no, just get over it, man. It just is that. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it's been a long time now. It's about time to stop crying. I mean, look, I cried for 2 days that Saki left Nimifila. Okay, maybe one day. I was definitely bummed for 2 days, though, for sure. Anyway, so I understand it's painful when members leave a group. I'm just saying she gave a statement, and there's plenty of material around to support that statement. You don't need to pry for anything more, because you're not going to get it.
This was the last time she's been heard from since then, except the brief comments made in the Sakura Gakuin 10th anniversary book. Yui had tried out for Sakura Gakuin with Moa at the age of 11 with the song Over the Future from Sue's former group Karen Girls, a song BABYMETAL would later perform a cover of at their Legend D concert in 2012. She was a sweet and shy girl who was good at dancing and loved tomatoes. And the music from Sue's former group
Tomato Princess
inspired her as it helped her endure a family member's life-threatening illness. Throughout their time in SG and BABYMETAL together, the three girls had regarded each other as family, and that hasn't changed after her departure. Most importantly, Sue and Moa has said they supported Yui and respected the decision she made to leave, as well as whatever she chose to do in the future, a message some of her fans should take to heart.
Right, a message that some of her fans should really respect. Right? Right. But it's not right, man. Like, it's her wish. She wants to be left alone. She doesn't want to be in the spotlight anymore, okay? Look, man, it happens. It may not make sense to you. It doesn't have to.
Though maybe some of them are right, that there's a mystery here.
Uh-oh, here we go.
After all, it has never been confirmed, nor denied, that a 10-year-old Momo was responsible for Yui's fall off the stage on the first night of the 2014 Budokan shows.
Okay, there's some sense of humor about it. A 10-year-old Momo sabotaged the stage. Okay, no.
Which suspiciously took place 2 days before Momo's birthday. BABYMETAL started as a quixotic brainchild of Coba Metal, full name
I
Kei
like that.
Kobayashi.
There's
who is
one thumbs down for this video, and that's the one person who didn't like that joke.
been a producer at Amuse since 1996. He had felt the metal scene in Japan was getting increasingly old and needed a jolt of youth to jumpstart the genre's popularity again. So, after he was assigned to Sakura Gakuin, he began creating the Japanese pop metal fusion group he had planned. When he had heard Sue singing at the Karen Girls' farewell concert, he was convinced that with her vocal capability, she wouldn't be overwhelmed by a full metal band. So he chose her to be the lead vocalist. Then, to add an idol-like dance
choice.
aspect, he recruited Yui
Good
and
ear on
Moa,
that.
and then began working with Mikiko Mizuno, the choreographer that was assigned to Sakura Gakuin. She had been teaching dance since 19, based on her experience in ballet and street dance. Though she had no experience with the metal genre, she was able to adapt her choreography to the music and has become a key part to BABYMETAL's success since the beginning, as the dancing became integral to the group. When the girls began working on the music, they were shocked at what they had begun working on, as none of them had experience with metal and had initially...
Which is so funny. You know, that's like, be like, oh, they're not really metalheads. I didn't even know. I mean, they're like little kids. I didn't even really listen to it. But like, yeah, they got into it. I mean, clearly, it's like their thing now. They're kind of in it, right? So, yeah.
found it to be scary. They had also mistook the devil horns that is often used by metalheads for fox shadow play, something that was then adopted by them.
これは狐
And you know, that mistake was great.
指または手
The mistake also became the foundation of the sci-fi fantasy lore that surrounds the band.
There's no sci-fi about it. It's the real deal. The fox god is the real deal. The fox god is the real god.
Lore that is filled with puns, pop culture references, and parody, things Coba has a fondness for, and can be quite convoluted, so it is impossible to go into too much detail with this video. With that in mind, I will only cover some aspects that commonly
All you have to do is say, only the fox god knows. To just about every question. Okay?
come up. An example is that when BABYMETAL introduces themselves, they will use a pun with the English word death instead of the Japanese word des,
ベビーメタルです
as des means I am or we are and is pronounced similarly.
Ah.
The fox
Which
hand
is the
sign
point of
they
BABYMETAL
adopted
death.
became the inspiration for the fox god, BABYMETAL's fictional god of metal that summoned them. Also, whenever there has been a question in an interview they can't or don't want to answer, they have been known to respond with,
Only the fox god knows.
you will see a lot of
You gotta watch. Okay, here's your contest. Visibility 0. Here's your contest, guys. You gotta watch BABYMETAL interviews, like 5 of them, and every time they say "only the fox god knows," you gotta take a shot. The goal is to see if you're still alive at the end of it. All right. Whoa. Hey, I'm just playing around. Just don't do that. Okay. Clearly, it's a joke.
fox imagery in various aspects of BABYMETAL, including some elaborate set designs they've had over the years. A fan is also referred to as a kitsune, the Japanese word for fox, and occasionally magitsune as the female equivalent, while BABYMETAL refers to the whole of the fan base as the One, for which they wrote their song of the same name in tribute to them.
The One.
They also created the English version because they were touched by all the overseas fans who learned the Japanese lyrics of their
They
song.
were touched by all the overseas fans. That is a lot of touching. I'm sorry, the way he phrased that. But yes, they were touched by all the overseas fans. They were moved by all of them, maybe. Yes. Yes. But that's cool. I'm glad. It's nice that they did that. They didn't have to do that for Elevator Girl. The Japanese version was plenty fine.
songs. Another thing to be aware of is April 1st, also known as Fox Day, which is the official holiday of BABYMETAL. A lot of releases, announcements, and concerts happen on or around this day, and you will see it repeatedly appear in their past. Now let's discuss some of their history and how they reached to where they are today.
Well, that's what we just did. We just talked about their history. Oh, All right. Well, yeah, okay. History, I guess, performing. Oh, this is where he's going to bring up when they first performed, they didn't have the Kami band. They used the Baby Bones, I'm guessing. Right?
Early on, with almost no budget due to being a part of a fledgling idol group, BABYMETAL had sourced their clothes from friends and family.
Ah,
They also couldn't
that looks it. I mean, when I saw them, when I saw their earlier videos, a long time ago even, and when I first reacted to them, I was like, the clothes look like they don't really fit right. They look like they're found at a thrift store.
afford a live band through their earliest years, performing to backtracks, and later adding a group called Baby Bones, who
All
wore
right, Baby
skeleton
Bones.
costumes and danced around while pretending to play the instruments. They eventually made their live debut at the first Sakura Gakuin festival in November of 2010 with a performance of Doki Doki Morning. The song would eventually be released on SG's first album in April of 2011 and then as a digital single. Eventually, a music video for it was released on a limited edition DVD in October of 2011 and sparked their first instance of going viral on the internet that same year. Then in March of 2012, a cover of Doki Doki Morning was released by the band Kiba of Akiba on a collaboration CD single with
I didn't know anything about this.
Metal, where each band would cover each other's song. This led
Okay, that's
BABYMETAL
cool.
to performing Kiba of Akiba's song Animation with You at many of their early shows. Unsatisfied with only performing
Okay, that's actually something of Baby Metal stuff I have not even heard. So, wow.
at regular SG events, BABYMETAL slowly began performing at places like strip malls, small venues, and eventually in August of 2012, they became the youngest performers to ever play at the Summer Sonic Music Festival in Japan. They were on a small stage
Who are these Japanese kids on the stage? Who are these Japanese kids on the stage? What's going on here?
near the food court, usually reserved for
catching them by
people like
surprise.
stand-up comedians, and were a late addition to the lineup with the tickets already sold out. So the girls were worried no one would come see them. However, their music drew a crowd regardless, as many surprised by their performance had stopped eating to watch the curiosity.
Right.
Then,
I
with
mean,
their
it's just, dude, it's gonna get your attention. It's such an odd sound. The first time you heard Baby Metal, you probably were like, honestly, the first time you heard it, like, it got you, right? Like it got your curiosity. You're like, what is this? This is something unlike anything else. What's going on here, right?
growing popularity online, they had their first performance outside of Japan in November of that year at the anime festival held in Singapore. Also in late 2012, on October 6th at their Legend Eye concert, BABYMETAL's live session band known as the Kami Band had made their debut for 2 songs. Then, on February 26th of 2014, BABYMETAL finally released their first album, simply titled BABYMETAL. This was followed shortly after, on March 1st and 2nd, with them performing at the Budokan, a venue that has obtained worldwide fame, with many legendary artists performing there. This also marked a milestone for Sue, as she had dreamed of performing there since she was a little girl. It was also the point where the
You see that circle pit, what they have there in the middle? That's what I was hoping would happen for, like, Nemophila. That's what I was hoping it would look like, but it didn't. It did not look like that. But anyway, so that side. But okay, this was cool. A lot of this I knew. This was great, but I'm liking the detail. If there's any little details you think you missed, you feel free to let me know.
performing there since she was a little girl. It was also the point where the Kami Band would become a permanent presence for the group. Then after the shows, BABYMETAL announced their first world tour, which included the US, the UK, and various other countries in Europe. The album release and the Gimme Chocolate music video going viral online led to what became a major step forward for the band, when they were invited to the UK Sonosphere Festival in 2014. as this would propel them toward being legitimized on an international level. Initially, they had been slated on a small side stage. However, due to the buzz online and a grassroots effort by BABYMETAL fans, they were moved up to the main stage of about 50,000 people.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that there was that sort of pressure, that sort of I didn't know that was the reason why they got onto the main stage. I remember watching this. I watched it live with you guys. This was a cool show. I liked what I saw from it. Yeah.
Which became their first large stage outside of Japan. The girls had initially been worried
Impressive.
the crowd would not accept them, as UK festival crowds are notoriously hostile. Most of the people there had no idea who they were and were perplexed at what they were seeing. But by the time BABYMETAL were walking off the stage, they were shouting for more. On November 8th of 2014,
Imagine seeing that for your first time live at a show, right? Dude, imagine, especially if you're like, it's hot, you've been at the concert for hours, right? It's late. You've been drinking. It's hot outside. Maybe you've been smoking. Maybe someone's been smoking around you, some secondhand. You got a buzz. You're drunk. It's hot out there, and you're tired. Oh my God! And you're like, all of a sudden, these Japanese girls appear on stage, and they're playing. You hear intense metal. You see a band playing it, and then you hear like these cute voices. You'll be like, "What? Am I on shrooms? Like, did you put something in my drink?" Oh.
at O2 Academy in Brixton, UK, they debuted their song Road of Resistance, a song created in collaboration with Herman Lee and Sam Totman of Dragon Force, and it would eventually be released as their first single of their second studio album. Later, on June 15th of 2015, they would attend the Metal Hammer Golden Gods to accept the award for Best Breakthrough Band, where they would
Very
also
cool.
perform Road of Resistance and Gimme Chocolate, both with Dragon Force as their backing band. They had previously performed Gimme Chocolate with Dragon Force a few days before the awards ceremony at the Download Festival in the UK, when
I know the Download Festival. I know there was a story behind that. The head guy there, forgot his name. I think his name was Sean or something, right? He didn't want anything to do with BABYMETAL. He didn't want them there. He didn't think they were legit, and like he would sandbag them hardcore.
Metal crashed the event with an invite by Dragon Force after the event coordinator had rejected the numerous fan
What was that dude's
requests
name?
to invite them by saying that they had no place at download and were only
Wait, he just said it. He just said it right there, huh?
requests to invite them by the event coordinator had rejected the numerous fan requests.
Oh, he didn't say his name though, did he? Let's back up.
When BABYMETAL crashed the event with an invite by Dragon Force after the event coordinator had rejected the numerous fan requests to invite them by saying that they had no place at download and were only a Japanese fad. BABYMETAL's second album, titled Metal Resistance, would release on April 1st in 2016.
I like how they crashed that set though too. They crashed it. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. His name is best forgotten. All I know about him is he wore a cowboy hat, which looks bad against those who wear cowboy hats. He's not a cool cowboy, okay?
The international release included
was a
the
dick.
exclusive track From Dusk Till Dawn, while the Japanese version had the song Syncopation instead. The international version would also include the English version of The One instead of its Japanese counterpart. Their 2016 tour then kicked off on April 2nd at the Wembley Arena in the UK, which eventually took them back to the Download Festival in the following June, but this time with an official invite and on the main stage. In July of that year, BABYMETAL had also made a special appearance at the 2016 Alternative Press Music Awards in the US,
Okay.
where they performed their single Karate. And afterward, Rob Halford of Judas Priest
Ah, yes, Judas Priest. Yeah. All right. I remember
joined
this.
them on stage to perform the Judas Priest songs Painkiller and Breaking the Law. They then concluded the world tour with 2 back-to-back shows at the
Isn't that when he said these girls are the future of metal?
Tokyo Dome, with about 55,000 fans attending each night, and where Sue would troll Moa in front of them. I do wonder if Sue was brave or naive.
Beware of Moa. Probably naive. I mean, I would go with maybe tired and just a lapse of judgment. But now they have to worry about Momo. Momo's gonna be like, you thought Moa was something. Momo's gonna steal that mic too.
Throughout the year in 2017, BABYMETAL supported various artists as an opening act on their world tours, including Metallica, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Guns N' Roses, Korn and Stone Sour on several of their shows. They then commenced their 5 Fox Festival tour, where they held several shows in Japan with specific audience requirements such as all male, all female, all teenagers, and so on.
Okay.
This tour concluded with the big Fox Festival shows, with the final one on October 15th being the last time BABYMETAL would perform as the original trio. Prior to the Legend S concert,
That's right. That's right.
that was held in December of 2017 to celebrate Sue's 20th birthday, it was announced that Yui was advised by her doctor not to perform at this show. Sue and Moa had considered cancelling it, but Moa knew how important it was to Sue, as it would take place in her hometown of Hiroshima, so they agreed to continue on as a duo. This would also unfortunately become the last show the Kami band member Mikio Fujioka would perform with BABYMETAL.
Mikio Fujioka. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man. Normally, bad news like this, I take a shot, right? But I'm out of whiskey. I guess I'm not out. I have like a little bit of it left, a little bit. Mikio, this is for you, man. I actually thought Legend 43 was going to be for you. I was kind of hoping it was. Turns out it was not. I'm going to make a bet. If I'm wrong on this bet, I take 2 shots here, okay? If I'm wrong, I take 2 shots. My bet is that he's going to mention the Trilogy of Light songs. We're good? We're good on that? All right. So if he doesn't mention it, wait, hold on. Have I been drinking beforehand? Okay. If he mentions it, then I'm fine. If he doesn't mention it, then I take 2 shots. Okay.
As their longtime guitarist passed away on January 5th of 2018 from falling injuries suffered while stargazing.
Okay.
While the Dark Side Law had been planned far in advance of these events, it became truly reflective of the most difficult year for BABYMETAL, as Sue and Moa, as well as the fans, tried to adjust to the absence of Yui. Sue and Moa had also discussed quitting after Yui left, but chose to continue on so as to leave open the spot for her if she would return. They also wanted to prove that they could do it themselves, and though it was hard, the struggles had created a stronger bond between them as they learned to rely on each other.
Okay. That's true. They wanted to give some time to see if Yui would return, which is part of the reason why, I guess, the backup dancers, the third member was like kind of rotating, right? Are you drunk? Not even. Not yet. I'll take my first shot here. Well, I'll take the second one. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, if he mentions the Trilogy of Lights, we still have the rest of this. If he mentions it, then I don't have to. But if he doesn't, then I'll have to take that extra shot. I've gotten so used to playing it drunk that I'm always drunk. As you know, I joke around quite a bit, Visibility. All right, here we go.
Each other more. The 2018 tour would see them return to download again to a massive crowd, despite the entirety of the tour being a dance formation experiment with additional backup dancers to support Sue.
Yeah, this performance was interesting, huh? This era right here, do you remember these outfits? They really stand out.
Being a dance formation experiment with additional backup dancers to support Sue and Moa, and even a change in costumes to make them look like elves. And, whatever this is.
Yeah, not my favorite. This was something. This happened. So it won't happen again. It had to happen once, so it won't happen again. Not my favorite style. Carney outfit, feathers. Yeah.
The following year was an improvement over the last, when in June of 2019, the first major concert of the year was held. With it came the announcement of the Avengers, which would fill
the Avengers, okay. All right, that's cool.
The empty spot, restoring the three-person formation fans preferred. They didn't sing, nor have a mic, and it was never announced who the three girls were. However, fans at the shows were able to recognize them as Riho Sayashi, formerly of the J-pop group Morning Musume, who is now a solo artist and actress, and Kano Fujihira, previously from Sakura Gakuin, who later joined the J-pop group 1-5, as well as the now current member of BABYMETAL, Momoko Okazaki. This would also be the concert that their song Papa Ya, from the album that was coming out later that year, would make its live debut.
I still have a chance for the Trilogy of Lights to be mentioned. So now we're getting to Metal Galaxy.
Featuring the Thai rapper F-Hero, who appeared personally to perform his part. Then, on October 11th...
Oh, which I'll react to another F-Hero song. I will do another F-Hero song. Do you have a recommendation of Visibility Zero? Do you have a... I mean, I don't know if you like F-Hero. I don't know. Nope. Okay. Well, I'll check the comment section of my recent F-Hero reaction video.
BABYMETAL had its first headlining arena show in the US, which was held at the Forum in Los Angeles to coincide with the release of their new album, with Momo as one of their Avengers that night. The show would also feature the new additions to the Kami band, as 4 members from the US were added to the lineup.
Yeah.
The album, titled Metal Galaxy, had 14 tracks on the international release and featured various artists, among them Tim Henson and Scott LePage of Polyphia on the song Brand New Day.
Oh, yeah, that song is very interesting. A Brand New Day. It sounds very popish, right? It doesn't sound like a metal song at all. But it's oddly infectious. It's very positive. It's very bright. It's like the morning sun going up on the horizon there. The break of dawn. Okay? That's what it feels like. It feels like the rays of a morning sun hitting your face. Anyway.
And Joachim Broden from Sabaton on O Majinai. The Japanese version of the album also featured 2 exclusive tracks, BMC, which would later be released worldwide as a digital single, as well as Up, Down, Left, Right, BBAB,
which to this day, I don't think they've ever played live.
Which to this day has never been performed live.
I have not seen this before. I've not seen this before. but it's like I have. Okay. Have I seen this before?
In exchange, the international version would feature the English version of the song Elevator Girl. Somehow I think everyone not in Japan got the short end of the stick. By the end of the Metal Galaxy Tour, which ended in March of 2020, Momo had become the only Avenger still actively performing with BABYMETAL. On October 30th of 20...
All right, did not mention Trilogy of Lights. God dang it. Can't do that. Look. Mikio passed away. It's unfortunate. Man. God dang it. All you had to do was mention it. Just include it in this guide. You even had a way to do it. I thought he was gonna do it earlier when he mentioned how like the BABYMETAL had like a dark period. They could have just done it. Dang it. I'll just take my second shot. But is it true? Yeah, the Trilogy of Lights. It's true. It's been mentioned several times in interviews, I believe, that those three songs, Starlight, Shine, and one more. I want to say it. Man, this one, I can visualize the name, and then it gets all scrambled. All right. All right.
2020, BABYMETAL was featured on Bring Me the Horizon's track Kingslayer. Both bands had been friends since they had met at the Kerrang Awards in 2015 and supported each other ever since, with BABYMETAL bringing them on their 2019 tour in Japan. So in honor of that friendship, Bring Me the Horizon wanted them featured on their post-human survival horror EP. Moving into their 10th anniversary,
that's pretty cool.
BABYMETAL was then invited...
I mean, it was a pretty good collab. I liked it. Didn't know anything about Bring Me the Horizon. Still don't really know anything about them. But I thought it was a cool collaboration.
To Kohaku, NHK's 71st annual television event held on December 31st of 2020. This would be their first time, and the honor of performing at the event is by invitation, and only the most successful Japanese singing acts.
Yeah, you can tell this is during COVID times. I mean, it's clear, right? It's like, oh, now we're all wearing masks.
Are invited. It is a big highlight for their career, as it is typically the biggest television event in Japan. The artists are split up into teams of all male and all female, and at the end of the show, the judges and the audience vote to determine who performed better. The female team won that year, which they hadn't done since 2016.
Because of
Starting
Sue
in January
and
of
Moa.
2021, BABYMETAL would perform once again at the
this.
Budokan. They held 10 shows from January to April to celebrate.
I saw the live stream version.
Their 10th anniversary, as well as the final chapter of the Metal Resistance era, and all 10 shows featured all 10 songs off the best of album they released, as well as the return of some fan favorites that hadn't been performed in years. On October 11th, BABYMETAL released a piano rendition of the one titled Stairway to Living Legend, and with it, they announced their hiatus by saying that they were going to be sealed from the world.
Oh, yeah, I remember
BABYMETAL
this.
Then went
I was
dark
like, oh, no, it's
without
over.
any
What?
appearances, and it caused many to speculate over the following months that BABYMETAL had ended.
Yeah, this in combination with bad news from Love Bites at the same time. I was like, what in the goddamn hell is going on in Japan?
Meanwhile, during the hiatus, Momo appeared on Girls Planet 999, a Korean reality show to compete to become a K-pop idol for a new group. She introduced herself by playing Blackpink on a kazoo. I think we are all very grateful she was never serious about winning this competition.
Yeah.
Some of the speculation of BABYMETAL's disbandment was alleviated when on April 1st of 2022, BABYMETAL revealed the Other One Restoration Project, which proceeded to slowly release snippets of new songs over the months leading up to the October announcement
Oh, I
of a
remember
new
this.
album,
The hype was
a
pretty
return
cool.
concert in 2023, and the release of their first single. Hey, wait, doesn't that look like Momo?
It does.
Nah, it could just be me seeing things. On
No,
January
it does. It is like it's planned. This part makes you wonder, wait, how much has this been planned?
28th and 29th of 2023, BABYMETAL held their concerts signifying their return, with Momo once again appearing as the Avenger. During these concerts and the performance of Doki Doki Morning would mark the first time 3 unnamed performers would appear from the Metalverse,
Yes.
a multiverse of parallel worlds.
Man,
This
I
new
remember this
trio
happened
then
too, man. Everyone was going crazy on Twitter or X or whatever. I think it was still Twitter then. Like, oh my god, you got to see this. The reactors going off, going crazy. Like, what? There's another BABYMETAL band. There's like they have younger versions of them. That it's like insane. It's like, oh, it's like what? What are you talking about?
Proceeded to perform the song with BABYMETAL while in a mirror formation to them. It was quickly figured out by fans that the lead singer was Miko Todaka, formerly of Sakura Gakuin, and the 2 backup dancers were Sakia Kimura, also formerly of SG, and Kokona Kato from a Muse camp. These concerts would also be the last time to date that we would see the Eastern members of the Kami band perform with BABYMETAL. Then at the end of the concerts, there was an indication that BABYMETAL would finally get a long
Kind of makes you wonder if Eastern Kami is still going to come back. I mean, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. Maybe during Fox Festival they will. I mean, unless you hear something official saying that they're never going to play again, there's still a chance.
awaited 3rd member and caused a spiral of debates online about who it would be, though I think it's likely Momo. On March 10th, BABYMETAL made their first appearance on The First Take, a YouTube channel where artists would perform a song of theirs in only one attempt. They chose a special piano rendition of Monochrome, a single off their album, The Other One, that then released on the 24th and was the final album they released as a duo. The next set of concerts took place on April 1st and 2nd, and the first day
that was
would
a big-
proceed to cause panic.
Like, all these concerts were like amazing, like high quality. They're like big productions. It was very cool.
And anxiety among concert attendees as it repeatedly talked about the death and end of BABYMETAL. While the new trio
Yeah.
of girls did not replace BABYMETAL, they did make an appearance again at both of these concerts when they performed karate alongside them. Then at the end of the first night, the long-awaited new member was announced.
Momometal. And I remember I was like, wait, she's already a member. No, but now she's an official member. Oh, okay. You know, there was like the and there was like, oh man, that's amazing. You know, it was a mixture of that, right? But you could see a change now, though. You know, songs like with Metal Lee, where Momometal has a part. Yeah, you could definitely see a change.
Momo had said she was anxious going into these concerts as she was worried that BABYMETAL fans wouldn't accept her. And
Yeah,
all-
Legend and Mim are really, really good. And after she was announced and she had a mic on, you could also hear the difference in those songs as well.
All 3 of the girls were relieved as the cheers erupted. Sue and Moa had determined that the chaos of only 2 members had to end for them to continue on, and decided that the only way forward for BABYMETAL was as a trio with Momo, and were incredibly grateful she was willing to take on the burden of joining a group with such a long-established history. So they decided to put an end to the old BABYMETAL and re-establish the group.
I mean, you realize I wasn't even listening to them. As soon as I saw the footage of BABYMETAL death, I was like, yeah. Man. Oh, God. That's like Pavlovian levels of like behavioral psychology, like ingrained in me. I am. Anytime I see that show, the performance of BABYMETAL Death, I'm gonna be headbanging, even if it's just images of it. Because I'm trained. I've been trained. Wow.
With the three of them. With the death and end of the old BABYMETAL came the beginning of an all-new BABYMETAL, and with it, a newly revised logo. From the end of these two concerts, they would then venture into the Metalverse for their new story arc that would replace the previous 10-year-long Metal Resistance. The new tour would then kick off with them supporting Sabaton on their European tour, something that was announced in 2022.
It toured in all
which makes
tours.
me wonder why people were so worried during the concert. On August 18th, they released a new single titled Metali, featuring
Metali?
Tom Morello, which would be the first song ever released as the new BABYMETAL. They would go on to perform it live with their return to Summer Sonic as the headliner of the Mountain Stage. This was also the festival that the mysterious trio would return once again, after their appearances at the BABYMETAL concerts earlier in the year. The new Kawaii metal group were named Metalverse, and was another brainchild of Coba, and this name will never cause any confusion at all.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. No confusion, guys. People are still confused by it a little bit. They're like, wait, what? Well, what's the point of it? They look like BABYMETAL. They sound like BABYMETAL, but they don't, though. They do have a similar look, but the sound, especially after listening to Naked Princess, I was like, yeah, they really don't have the same sound. Even the metal sound of it, like the distortion, it sounds a bit different. Anyway.
Ever. Instead of the three members they had as they mirrored BABYMETAL, there were now 5 and performing their own music. Joining the original 3 were Miki Yagi and Yume Nozaki, both former SG members, and the latter who then left Amuse on March 31st of 2024. Then BABYMETAL went on to their North American part of the tour when the unthinkable happened.
Death Clock. You mentioned Death Clock.
Someone threw something at them.
Oh.
Bracelet, which Moa happily accepted, and started a chain reaction of gifts thrown at them through the rest of their tour.
While that's happening, I bet Koba's like, no, don't make this a thing. No, we gotta stop this. Oh, I see Koba as like the overprotective dad. I mean, that's how I would be with these girls. I'm like, no, we gotta stop this practice throwing things. Someone can get the wrong idea. It only takes one time.
Tour. Then beginning on October 31st, a musical festival called Next Fest was held in Japan by Bring Me the Horizon, and BABYMETAL performed there in support of them. On all 4
I remember this. I also remember Bring Me the Horizon said they won't perform that song unless it's with BABYMETAL, which is, I mean, that was like something really dumb to say, like in the moment that sounded cool, but we all knew that wasn't really going to be a thing because, like, I mean, it's a new song and it's a collaboration. The band's going to play it again. It's something you say in the moment. Didn't really mean it, but it sounded cool. Better than the beer that people threw people threw beer at her? You gotta find out who those people are. Roll up on them, man. That's real talk, man. You got a Harley? You can ride together. Yes, if I'm drunk. Not yet. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Gonna ride over to the drunk view right now. Vroom. No. I only had 2 shots. It was 2 shots. I'm drunk on life.
4 days of the event, the 2 bands finally performed the song Kingslayer together. As the 2023-24 tour came to a close in March,
he's going to mention Leave It All
collaborative
Behind.
song was released titled Leave It All Behind, with F-Hero and the Thai rock band Body Slam. Now that the anniversary of the formation of the new BABYMETAL has passed, is the point where we come to the end of the guide. There was only so much room, with many festivals, shows, and events that couldn't be
Yeah.
included. So I only
But you
covered...
missed some things, man. You missed some things. God darn it. But you're good. It's good. It's a good guide. It's a good guide. It's decent. It's good. I'd like to know more about the Kami guys. I would. I'd like to know more about Coba. Okay. The mysterious man, the brainchild behind it all. You're in a Squid Game scenario. You gotta play chess with Coba to live. Like, you have to win, obviously. Like, do you see yourself surviving that situation? Not really. I had to find a way to freaking cheat on that one. I like got to bump the chessboard from underneath. Oh, yeah, you look like your piece was there. I don't know how it got there. You know, you would have to. Nah. Anyway. So yeah, I thought this was a pretty good guide. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. Shout out to the channel, A Fox Song. If you like what you saw here, this is the guy who put it together. Subscribe, press the like button. Okay. The comments seem to like it too. Yeah, people are liking the guide. So go over there, press the like button, share, and subscribe the Fox God, okay? I should have done it in the beginning of the reaction, but I did not. My bad. The thought was there, though. Before I sat down in the chair, I was like, I gotta announce it in the beginning. You're free. Unless you are Yuri, bro. You are free to downvote. Yeah, that's true. Hey, they need to get over it, though. Watch. If Nemophila is able to survive this period, this is going to be a test for them. If they're able to survive without Saki, there's going to be people who were like, that would think the band was better with Saki in it. You know? What's going to happen? Anyway, yeah, pretty cool reaction. I liked it. A pretty cool video. Anyway, with that said, you guys let me know what you thought about it. Y'all take it easy and have a good one.